shattering the fastest stumping record and leading India to the 2011 World Cup victory.
Smashed into the crowd for 6. And a quick-fire 50-er for the Indian captain.
MS Dhoni had a remarkable career, amassing 4,876 runs in test matches at an average of 38 and 10773 runs at an average of over 50 in ODIs.
Worked away fine. Just come back to that game a little later. These are important runs for India. And Dhoni picked his spot beautifully and brings up the 50.
Dhoni achieved everything there was to win in cricket. He stayed true to his playing style and repeatedly silenced his critics.
You're a spectator in the crowd. That's in the air, another 6. These are bottom hand jabs that are disappearing into the crowd.
But one question remains. Just how good was MS Dhoni in his career in prime? Born in the small town of Ranchi, Bihar, to a Hindu Rajput family, Dhoni was special. He was the youngest of 3 children, but it was sure that he was going to be a sporty superstar.
Onside. 6. Just a flick of the wrist, and away she goes into the crowd.
From a young age, Dhoni started actively engaging in football as a goalkeeper, a position that nobody wanted because it was the decider of every match. But Dhoni was not scared. He enjoyed teamwork and was ready to play any position as long as his team came out victorious. In his high school in Shamali, Dhoni was an exemplary student athlete. He picked up football and badminton and represented his school in various competitions across India. Between 1995 and 1998, his football coach introduced him to cricket as a wicketkeeper, and soon enough, Dhoni found out that his love for cricket was greater than his love for any other sport.
So, 19. A little bit of turn there and quick as a flash from Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
So he switched to cricket, marking the beginning of his legendary journey. Despite not having a cricketing background, his family supported his passion for the sport. During that time, Dhoni played as a wicketkeeper for Commando Cricket Club and later moved to Central Coalfields Limited, where he pitched higher.
He is an attacking batsman, Dhoni. The only way he can play is go after the bowling. Can be a touch risky.
Despite being an amateur in cricket and not knowing if he would lace the shoes of many Indian cricketing legends who succeeded in putting his blessed country on the map, Dhoni was determined. Even if there were uncertainties, he was going to put in his best. At Coles Field, Dhoni helped his team qualify for a higher division. Based on his incredible performance, he was picked for the next season's team of Vinu Mankad Trophy Under-16 Championship. Soon enough, Dhoni transitioned to the Under-19 team. His coaches liked what they saw, and they were ready to guide him through to the top. Dhoni played for Bihar Under-19 team in the Cooch Bihar Trophy and scored 176 runs in 5 matches. An absolutely amazing performance for any player with his experience.
Here we go, last ball, through the outside, he's running through, could be run out! Is he run out? Or is he in? We'll go upstairs, some good work from...
His performance took his team to the Bihar Trophy's final, and while they lost, Dhoni managed to grab 84 runs. His coach and other cricketers were in awe. That was when they realized that a cricket superstar was developing. In the entire tournament, Dhoni made 488 runs in 99 matches, with 5 to 50s, 17 catches, and 7 stumpings. After his performance for Bihar, Dhoni made it to the East Zone Under-19 squad for the CK Nayudu Trophy in the 1999 to 2000 season, one of the few cricketers to come out from Bihar. Although the team came last in the competition, Dhoni was only motivated to do better for his team. He made his Ranji Trophy debut for Bihar against Assam as an 18-year-old and scored an outstanding 68 runs in the second innings. By the end of the season, Dhoni had an impressive 283 in 5 matches under his belt. While he had an impressive run before the 21st century, Dhoni knew that as he progressed, he was going to deal with ups and downs. He was born for this, and when the time comes, he'll stand with his head held up high.
Well struck, poor fielding from Chris Gale. And what should have been none turns into 2.
In a small-town talent initiative, Dhoni was recognized as one of the emerging talents as his breakthrough to the international scene came. He was picked for the India A squad for a tour of Zimbabwe and Kenya, where he showed a lot of promise. Against the Zimbabwe team in Harare Sports Club, Dhoni grabbed 7 catches and 4 stumpings. In the Tri-Nation tournament involving Kenya, India A, and Pakistan A, brewing superstar Dhoni helped India A chase down their target of 223 against Pakistan A with a half-century and scored 362 runs in 6 innings at an average of 72.40 with back-to-back centuries. In the early 2000s, the Indian ODI team still had the talented Rahul Dravid as the wicket-keeper. They also tried other wicket-keeper/batsmen like Parthiv Patel and Dinesh Karthik. But with Dhoni's performance in the Tri-Nation tournament and the India A squad, the first team retained him as a wicket-keeper, and he was picked in the ODI squad for the Bangladesh tour on December 24th.
Over from the mound there. Come back for the second. Good scurrying and a wayward return to...
The young prodigy debuted his Bangladesh tour in the first match of the series, and then came his first failure in a big match. Dhoni was run out for a duck. He felt pressured, and he faltered, but he would not quit. In the second match of the series in Visakhapatnam, Dhoni, playing in his 5th one-day international, scored 148 runs off 123 deliveries, which surpassed the earlier record for the highest score by an Indian wicketkeeper. Slowly but surely, he was solidifying his face and telling the people who believed in him they were not wrong. Holding on to the game in 205, Dhoni played in the Sri Lankan bilateral ODI series and was promoted to number 3 in the batting order in the 3rd ODI at Jaipur, where he scored an unbeaten 183 runs off 145 balls, winning the game for India. It was also the highest individual score in ODI cricket in a run chase at that time, a record which was broken 7 years later by Shane Watson. Dhoni ended the series with the highest total of 346 runs and was awarded the Man of the Series. It was the best moment in his growing career. India was singing the victory song in 2005 because of him. What more could he ask for? But Dhoni was not done. His career was just starting and there was more to give.
Oh, he's found the gap. Body thrust into the shot. He's deflected that before.
After the home series against South Africa in November 2005, Dhoni became a regular for India's first team, and he was involved in many international games. He played all matches in the Tour of Pakistan, scoring 219 runs in 5 ODI matches. He scored 106 runs across 3 tests in the home series against England and 177 runs in 5 ODI series that followed. After a little bit of glory days, Dhoni started missing catches, earning him an intense scrutiny of his wicket-keeping. But as usual, Dhoni bounced back, reiterating the belief of the people in him. Fast forward to 2009, Dhoni had one of the best years of his career. He scored 1198 runs in just 24 innings at an average of 70.43 and topped the ICC ODI batsman rankings for several months. Due to his excellent record, he was also named captain and wicketkeeper of the ICC ODI Team of the Year. While Dhoni had enjoyed a fruitful international career, he wanted the cherry on the cake. He was still in his prime, but something was lacking.
Oh, it's gone straight, and it's nearly killed the ump. That has gone like a tracer bullet. 50 partnership out with a special from Dhoni.
He had not won the World Cup series. In 2011, Dhoni, India's talismanic leader, and his team qualified for the World Cricket Cup. He had been involved in the World in 2007, but India suffered an embarrassing early elimination. However, this time was different. Dhoni was captain, and he was going to lead India to glory his way. The 2011 World Cup, hosted by India, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka, presented a golden opportunity for India to reclaim cricket's most coveted trophy after 28 years. Both teams had progressed through 3 stages to reach the final. India had won all but 2 matches to that point, losing to South Africa and tying with England in the group stage. Sri Lanka had won all but 2 matches to that point, losing to Pakistan and a no result against Australia in the group stage. As a result, two Asian teams were facing off in the final at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. The Indian team shouldered more pressure because it was an unspoken rule not to lose in your home. To kickstart, Sri Lanka captain Kumar Sangakkara chose to bat first after winning the toss, and the game progressed slowly. It was like they were both walking on eggshells. After the first innings, Sri Lanka had 274 runs. The India team knew that every action counted, and leading by example, the captain, Dhoni, gave his all as he joined his teammate Gautam Gambhir to score 109 runs, an Indian record in a World Cup final. By the 49 over, India won the match by 6 wickets. Dhoni could not believe the scenes that played out. Almost everyone had written them off.
Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. After 28 years, the parties start in the dressing room.
Dhoni was declared the man of the match for scoring 91 runs, while his compatriot Yuvraj Singh was awarded the man of the tournament. The match was watched by about 42,000 spectators at the venue and about 135 million viewers on television in India. This was the second time in World Cup history that a host nation won the final and the first time to win on their home ground. Indian fans were ecstatic at the win and the overall performance of the team throughout the tournament. Celebrations went on through most of India over the weekend. Apart from the World Cup trophy itself, the Indian team was given many prizes from the cricket boards, various state governments, and public and private companies. Dhoni had finally gotten the cherry on the cake. What more could he ask for? After the Champions Trophy, India tours the West Indies for a tri-nation tournament against the hosts and Sri Lanka. While he was injured at the beginning of the series, he came back for the final and was declared the man of the match again, scoring 45 runs off 52 balls, including 16 runs in the final cricket, to take India to victory by 1 wicket. To cap it all off, Dhoni finished the final years of his legendary career breaking records. Let's see some of them. About 30 months after his World Cup victory, Dhoni became the second Indian batsman after Sachin Tendulkar to aggregate more than 1,000 runs in ODIs against Australia. In the next year, he led India in the ICC World 2020, where they finished as runners-up after losing to Sri Lanka in the final. He was named as captain and wicketkeeper of the team of the tournament by the ICC. Then, in 2015, Dhoni announced his retirement from the Test series after his last test in Australia. But he was not going away without something to make the news. In his final test, Dhoni grabbed 9 dismissals, 8 catches, and a stumping, and, in the process, went past Kumar Sangakkara's record for most stumpings in international cricket and also set a record for effecting the most dismissals in a match by an Indian wicketkeeper at that time, until it was broken by Wriddhiman Saha in 2018. As he was nearing his final bow, Dhoni took another shot at greatness. He led the Indian team to the 2015 World Cup and became the first Indian captain to win all group stage matches in a World Cup.
But obviously India is trying out. The options, Dhoni thinks he's got the man. And the man is walking. Dhoni smiles back, Jadeja.
After beating Bangladesh in the quarter-finals, he became the 3rd overall and the first non-Australian captain to win 100 ODI matches. By the end of the tournament, Dhoni scored 237 in 6 innings at an average of 59.2 and a strike rate of 102.15, and thus became only the 2nd Indian captain to have an average over 50 and a strike rate over 100 in a particular season of the World Cup. In the 2016 Asia Cup, Dhoni led his team to glory, where India remained unbeaten, and then he stepped down as captain only after attaining the legendary status. But Dhoni did not slow down. He kept breaking records. In August 2017, during the 5th and final ODI against Sri Lanka in Colombo, he became the first wicketkeeper to effect 100 stumpings in ODIs when he stumped Akila Dhananjaya off Yuzvendra Chahal. The following year, he also reached the milestone of effecting 400 dismissals in ODIs, following the stumping of Aidan Markram in the 3rd ODI of the South Africa Tour. That same year, he went past 1,000 ODI runs, becoming the 4th Indian and 12th overall to do so. Finally, Dhoni shattered the fastest stumping in the history of cricket, clocked at 0.08 seconds, when dismissing Chemo Paul. After a fulfilling cricket career,
people want, I can answer a spicy one, I can want a very sober answer, but I would say, it's their territory, let them decide.
Dhoni announced his retirement in 2020. He had won all there was to win. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our next cricket insights. See you in the next video. Bye for now.